Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's the 36 Chambers of Funk, the #1 funk hero. Hope you guys are doing well today because we've got My Hero chapter 311, and without no further ado, I want to get into it. And this chapter, it starts off with Endeavour. We get to see the #1 hero in action today, guys. We get to see him, and there's some sort of bank robbery or an attack going on. It looks like a bank robbery, and there's these two villains. One of them is getting away, and they seem to have this like mutant type quirk. They have horns. You can't really see much of them because they're literally like jumping out of the bank, and he's telling his partner to come on, they need to get out of there. Now Endeavour's there and he's behind the pillar, and the one bank robber, he's got this nail support item, and he's shooting like these nails, so it seems like he may have a quirk that allows him to generate nails of some sort, and he's got a support item to help increase his destructive capabilities. Now this guy he's got nothing on Endeavour. He's got nothing on Endeavour. This guy's a nobody, some nobody bank robber. Who's he trying to step to the #1 hero like this? So Endeavour, he takes him out, no problem. One attack, ignited arrow, takes him out, down for the count, and the bank robber has the gall to say, give me a break, you're the reason I'm even here, Endeavour. So this may be another jailbreaker then, it seems. But Endeavour, being the #1 hero he is, as he says, that's why I'm here. That's his job as the #1 hero. He's going to help society get back to the way it was. He's going to defeat Shigiraki, or help Deku defeat Shigiraki. So after Endeavour takes out this nobody bank robber, he regroups with Best Jeanist and Hawks, and they're just talking. They're just as I said, the Best Jeanist is just saying more escaped convicts. None of them are affiliated with Shigiraki, so I mean that's it. But we do see a bunch of civilians, and they're protesting against Endeavour and Hawks, the heroes, because they're basically telling them, you guys are the reason why all this is happening. You let Shigiraki get away, Endeavour. You let Shigiraki get away, and you're our #1 hero. What are you thinking? What are you doing? What? I mean, you do feel for the heroes, because the true ones that have stuck, they're just getting the brunt of everything. But I mean, Hawks and Best Jeanist just say we need to leave, and there's not much they can do. I mean, everyone's just angry, screaming at them, throwing things at them, and the people are saying, your faces are making us sick, your faces are making us feel hopeless, like, get out of here, you're not wanted, we don't have any reason for you to be here. And this just not goes into Endeavour letting Shigiraki or losing to Shigiraki, but it's about Dobby as well, his connection to the League of Villains. And it's a tough time to be a hero, and it's a tough time to be the #1 hero. I mean, you guys comment down below how you feel about Endeavour, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the video, guys. Okay, now we pan to the car, while Hawks' car, I should say Best Jeanist' car, because he is driving, and he's with Hawks and Endeavour, and they're talking about meeting up with Deku and All Might, and they say we need to give them a bit more space, another 2 kilometers, because if anyone sees Deku working with us, he's going to get flack for it. And they do start talking about the fact that they're using Deku as bait to lure out the villain, and they're basically hypothesizing, because they're trying to figure out, did Shigiraki / All For One give them any hints to get Deku? I mean, there's none so far that have been mentioned, but one thing about this chapter that Endeavour does mention, that it was a Detnerat weapon, and Detnerat is the company led by Rudestro. But like I said, they did mention, did any of the escapees, were they given any orders to hunt down Deku? Now we find out at the end of this chapter, spoilers, that they do actually send one person, and it is the female escapee that we saw, and we find out later on that she has a gun type quirk, which I've coined a GunBae for this. You guys comment below what your name is for her, because I don't believe that she got her name, but we do get to see her quirk in action, or at least she is able to turn her arm into a sniper rifle, which I think is dope. Because we haven't really seen any villains with any gun type quirks, and it seems like she's already killed someone, or at least incapacitated and or seriously injured someone. But back anyway to the main part of the chapter, and we see Endeavour, and he's talking, and he says it must be like Deku said, right now his top priority must be hijacking Shigiraki. Now it makes sense, and they keep talking about how All Might had defeated One for All to the point where he couldn't really do much. I mean, he was connected by tubes, we all saw. I mean, he wasn't really doing much, and how he needed Shigiraki, he needed a strong body in order to take over, in order so he can be reborn anew. And the heroes are theorizing everything, because as we know, the heroes, they're not privy to every bit of information, so they're still in the dark to a lot of these things. And Hawk says, well, I don't get why he picked Shigiraki and why his rage is so essential. And this is where Best Jeanist chimes in and says, it's the strong emotion, isn't it? I mean, One for All contains eight other spirits, and one would need strength of will in order to override that, which is 100% true. And like I said, this is things that we already know, but it's good to see that the heroes are doing what they can and trying to piece together this as much as possible. But they keep talking and hypothesizing, and Hawk says maybe it's not just One for All, it's the impression I get. But think about it, that guy never stops smiling, right? And I believe that he's talking about All Might. And Endeavour responds with, something's missing in his soul, huh? And on the way, they keep conversing, and they tell us, well, not tell us, but each other, that they just need to keep searching, and supervillains that they're capturing have no useful intel. And now we pan over to see All Might, and All Might is looking pretty slick in his car, I have to admit. And he's watching Deku. He's watching Deku on a monitor. He's got a tracking device, and he says he's still on the move. And this is a nice moment, because we see a flashback of when All Might was a hero, and we see Sonitai telling him he needs to rest. Because this is essentially what All Might wants Deku to do. And it's a nice moment because rest in peace Sonitai, because as you know, he's no longer with us. If you're on this chapter by now. And next, a Deku signal just goes missing. It goes missing. All Might doesn't know what to do, because like I said, the signal on the tracer has just gone, and All Might, he doesn't know what's happened to Deku. And we pan to Deku, and we see him with his phone, and just like that, his receiver gets sniped out of his hand by a gun, and well, not by a gun, by a projectile. And we see, you're coming with me, and there's some sort of speaker attached to the projectile. And Deku is hyped. Deku is hyped for this, because he's like, here we go, someone's here for me, someone who has ties to me, so, not a random villain, someone who's out and they're looking for me. So Deku's hyped. He's like, here we go, let's do this. And like I said, this is the last page of the chapter, and we see GunBae herself. We see GunBae, and she says, come quietly and you get to keep your limbs. Now, like I said, that's the end of the chapter, and Deku's seen her, so he knows she was sent by All for One. Now, how do you think he's gonna fare this chapter? I don't know. Is he gonna do well? Is he gonna... We don't know, because we already saw him fight Muscular, and Muscular wasn't really sent out to get Deku or to single him out. He was just told to rampage, and surely enough, Deku came and saved the day. But what do you think about this new villain that we've seen? Because we haven't got a name for her yet. I haven't seen one, at least. I mean, I'm gonna check later before I upload this video, and if it is, the name will go down below. But I mean, we don't know much about her. We know she's got a mutant type quirk where she can turn her arm into a gun. So and what it seems like, she's picking things. It looks like her hands are above her head, so it looks like she's taking something from her head. Maybe she can transfer her into high velocity projectiles, or body parts of hers, who knows. But you guys comment down below what you guys think. This is the My Hero Academia chapter 311 review. I'm the First James of Funk. I'd like you guys to take care, look after each other. Like I said, if you're a fan of My Hero, if you're a fan of Kaiju number 8 and One Piece, like, comment and subscribe to the channel, guys. Take care, keep it fresh and keep it funky. Goodbye.